There's several things that I'd like to go over with you students as far as how you spend your money. Have a purpose for the dollars that you spend. I always look at the purpose being to help your financial future. To help your financial future, that coffee drink that you buy isn't going to matter for your financial future. What's going to matter is if you can save that dollars of buying, a fancy drink, for example, save those dollars and use those dollars towards your financial future, which is investing them or saving them. Even if it's money that you just put aside, there's always going to be future needs and future goals for the dollar you have. You need to invest in your future. At a young age, we have what's called the time value of money. Money that's put away early on in life has the chance to multiply over time so that down the road, that money is going to be a substantial amount of money. It starts as a small amount here and it grows over time to become a substantial amount later on. And so time value of money is huge. Think about what you spend, think about how you are spending the money, and try to save in any way you can for your future, whether that's college, that's financial security, that's for a down payment to get out of the house. Think about what you spend on.
Welcome to Streaks Media. I'm your host, Kevin, joined with my co-host of today, Leah. And today, we're going to talk about a few questions that we asked Dr. V. So I'll let Leah take it on from here.
Since the mask mandate has ended, when do you see the locker rooms opening up?
That's a good question. We've inquired about that. It brings on a whole different set of security and logistics, supervision, and cleaning that goes deeper than just masks. I feel like masks are kind of unrelated from the locker room. My guess is, if I had to guess, it's not really my policy, it's a district policy, is that we won't open them this year.
And with more and more being allowed, why do we not have the snack line in the cafeteria back open?
That is a good question. But I have a direct answer to it. We are short-staffed. People just, that's why, if you remember, I think it was earlier, was it last week, I think, where we only had one line open and the line got really long because we had 2 people sick. Luckily not COVID, so it wasn't extended absences. We were down to 4 people to make all the food for 1,000 kids and put it together and get it out to everybody. And you have to have someone at the register too, right?
Yeah.
So that is literally a staffing issue right now. So that's why. But what we could talk about doing is putting some of those snacks for sale just right at the current registers. I don't think that would be too hard for us to do.
When do you think that vending machines will be open for use again?
I haven't even thought about that one. I'm just being really honest with you. So that one could come back. It could be any time, but obviously before it was a cleaning button issue where we just didn't want to have any transfer of COVID via that kind of system. But in this case, maybe that's something we could talk about too.
All right, that has been this week's Streak Media Post. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, it's been Kevin, and I'm out.
Hey, this is Streaks Media. We're back with the weekly yoga pose, Mr. Mickey. This is week 3, and we got Warrior 3.
Warrior 3. All right, so last week we did Warrior 2. So in Warrior 2, remember, your back foot is off 90 degrees from your front foot. So there we go. We want a nice knee bend, lunge position. We don't want our knee buckling in. We want our knee over our toes. And then our hips, we want to pull that hip forward over your front hand. So now Warrior 3, I'm going to push off the back foot and come up, and I'm actually going to try to balance, and I'm going to hinge at that hip, nice straight spine. And my hands could either be behind, on my hips, a little modified, or out in front, making that lever a little longer, then kick that leg back a little farther, make it harder. You're holding that balance, okay? So Warrior 3 is all about balance, good for the core, preventing injuries, just really good for that ankle stability.
According to Elizabeth Loftus, an American psychologist, memory is reconstructed and not replayed. Recently, everyone's life has been affected due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, we should have a repetitive perception of how and when it all began.
Instead, when students were asked questions about that day, they all had different answers.
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember part of it.
No.
I don't even know what I'm trying to know.
Yeah, that was our last day of school before COVID.
I think it was ninth period.
Second period?
5-6 lunch. I think it was seventh period, which is that's fifth now. It would be fifth now. I don't remember the period. But
I want to say third period because I remember everyone talking about it at lunch, but that's about it.
Sixth?
It came on.
I was in health class.
It came on.
On my phone. I have no idea. I was taking a test in Spanish. Well, we had just found out in my third period because my mom works for the district and she told me. And so I told my teachers, we were all talking about it then. So we found out before the announcement. But we were all kind of, like, I don't know, we weren't expecting it. Because we all just thought, like, oh, the other districts are going to take a break, but we weren't going to. So.
I don't really remember. I don't think I was at school that day, but I just remember thinking, whoa.